welcome to a Vintage Cube Draft League. This is Oldmanpoole. We have opened up Ancestral Recall, so we're probably going to take that. I am a real big sucker for Ashiok. I think that's actually not as far behind Ancestral Recall as you might think. Like the fetch lands, like fast mana. There's good stuff in here, but yeah, I don't think it's really particularly close. Ooh. It's a Time Twister that kind of doesn't work fantastically well with Ancestral Recall, but it is a good card. Also have Tendrils of Agony. We could maybe like try and force a Storm deck. I'm always terrified to try and do Storm just because it either works or it really doesn't work. But I don't know. Ancestral Recall might be a good start for that. Also have Gilded Lotus for going big, True Name Nemesis, which I think is fine. Creeping Tar Pit I like. There's stuff here. There's stuff. Also have Batterskull, which, I don't know, there's a bunch of good cards. I don't know. Time Twister and Ancestral Recall really doesn't work well. I like the idea of Time Twister, just getting a bunch of cheap spells and emptying your hand real fast, but I wonder if we take Tendrils if that's just crazy. And there's just not a good chance that we manage to make it work. Maybe like True Name Nemesis is just a better card. I don't know, I might take Tendrils. Maybe we'll Storm off. Maybe this is just absurd. Maybe you really don't want to pick this up unless you've got lots of other enablers first. But there's a Gush here. I imagine that's also good in the Tendrils deck. Don't love Scarab God. Livia's fine. Master Worm's not real exciting. Ulamog's a good big payoff. I do kind of like Bitter Blossom. I feel like in the right deck you can just kind of run over people with that. But I don't know. Maybe we're just gonna really try for a Storm deck. Maybe that's possible. I haven't seen that many work super well. I'm not even positive I know what's good in all of them, but now's the time. We're gonna try it. Okay, Imperial Seal, I think, is probably something you definitely want. Don't say no to... I don't know what else here. Tangle Wire's kind of a good stalling card. If you get an advantage and then have a Tangle Wire in play, you can just kind of keep your opponent from catching up. I think Imperial Seal is important for the deck. We just have to hope that no one else is really trying to Storm. Okay, don't think Metalworker fits in this deck, although I do have a soft spot for that card. Don't think Abyss is super good. You might just take Dark Slick Shores. It's not fantastic, but I do like picking up mana when you can. Sure, let's take a Shores here. Okay, Lion's Eye Diamond, I have to assume is a Storm card. Lion's Eye Diamond is hard. You have to remember to hold priority and a bunch of other things, because you have to discard your hand, which is not great. It's probably just got to be the pick, though, right? Oh, this is just so terrifying. Mystical Tutor's also here. I guess it's kind of like Ancestral or Imperial Seal for Tendrils. Mystic Tutor actually might just be great with Ancestral Recall, too. And it's less scary than Lion's Eye Diamond. Oh, I don't know, it's just correct. Diamond's probably more important. Oh, Seal already kind of does what we want, too. Scroll Rack's probably good in this deck. Probably, quote unquote. Brainstorm probably is too. Although, actually, after all of that, I think we just want Cabal Ritual. I think that is the card. This is kind of interesting. It does, like, I don't know, kind of helps you fix the draw if you're trying to go off, but I think we just need to take our rituals pretty aggressively. Kind of no matter what form they come in. Okay, not much for us here. Liliana, I guess, stalls fairly well. I take a Gruul Signet just for some fast mana. It's only kind of costs 1 mana for Storm count, too, if you're going off. Oh, man. This is going to be a mess. I'm already picturing us, like, almost storming people out. Guess Tetra makes a lot of mana. I think we'll probably just want the Signet, though. You know it's off color. Okay, Bloodstained Mire I think I'll pick up. Doesn't get our Dark Slick Shores, but it is fixing. I think we're probably going to want red in this deck as well. Time Twister I guess is probably good in this deck, right? If you're trying to go off and this gets you more value, can draw you into extra rituals and the like. It coming around is probably actually a good sign for us. don't know what we want here. I don't think we can be able to play the Courser, although that seems most exciting. Guess I could play Scarab God as like a sideboard card, maybe? Okay, Tanglewire came back. I don't know if it's great for us. I don't think Skin Render is going to be very good very often, though. I don't think we want to pay white for like Mana Tithe. Okay. Trinket Mage or Mutavault. I don't think we're going to win with Mutavault very often, so it's kind of a nice blocker. Trinket Mage is nice. Potentially helps us set up. And Scroll Rack even came around. I don't know if this card's good enough or not. It's always in the cube. I've never seen anyone actually play it against me, but the fact that it's in the cube makes me think that there's got to be something to it, right? Okay, that's not a bad start. We do need to pick up rituals. And just kind of like filtering card draw in general. What do we want here? So I guess like Gurmag, Angler, and Tassiger are cheap. Like I think we'll have a good chance of running through our deck and maybe filling up Graveyard. It's kind of a nombo with Cabal Ritual though. Also kind of a nombo with like Yawgmoth's Will, which we're hoping to get. Gristlebrand's obviously one of the best reanimation targets. I don't think we're really in that mode. We could take Vendilion Click, it's just a high power card. That might be best. I guess Bring to Light is kind of interesting. It gets up there, it's another way to find tendrils, and it does pay for it. So it's not all that dissimilar. I think Vendilion Click's just better. I think Bring to Light was probably going to wheel. Fact or Fiction is good value. It might be a little bit dangerous, though. Because what if we hit something like our tendrils and our opponent's just like, oh, discard that, and then you cry. I guess unless you've got a Yawgmoth's Will, which we're not guaranteed to see. Well, I do think it's pretty important for the Storm deck, so... I guess the question is between Fact or Fiction or Steam Vents. Bloodstained Mire, that Steam Vents allows it to fetch for blue, which is nice. Fact or Fiction's pretty solid. I guess you can always choose the one that has tendrils if you really need it. Not sure I love that, though. I think Steam Vents might just be better. Make sure our lands look good. I think, like I said, if the deck works out, we're going to want the red rituals, so... Okay, Faithless Looting is probably good. Mana Flare is probably what we want, though. Looting probably won't come back. Mana Flare might, but I think Mana... Oh, actually. We have Mana Vault. Ooh. I think I'll take Mana Vault. I think Mana Flare is likely enough to come back around. And Mana Vault almost certainly won't. Am I missing anything else? I don't think so. Let's do that. Simic Signet's fine. Part of me wants to splash Remote. That's probably just not correct, though. Probably just take the Signet here. It's not, again, real great fast mana. This guy says half on color, but it is still fast mana. Anything else really fits with our strategy. Okay, Force of Will. Also Duress. Bunch of other stuff. Maybe someone else is trying to fight us for Storm cards. I feel like we maybe should be seeing some more at this point. I haven't seen tons. So I might, me and one other person might be at the table just shrieking at each other, not even knowing it. I think I'll probably take Force, though. It's going to be really important to go off, and it's a free spell. Dig Through Time. Again, can be cheap, but maybe not the best. Play a Literal Core. I've always had a soft spot for that. Mana Confluence isn't bad. And maybe we take Dig Through Time because it's just kind of a nice hedge if we don't really get there. Is this discard? Shuffles into the library. I guess that's kind of... Time Twister's kind of a nombo with a couple of other cards. I think Dig Through Time might still be better than Looter, though. Sure. Alright, we might have to start looking for some other non-storm cards. Mother's Dark Ritual is one of the ones we want. Yeah. There's Brain Freeze, too, which is another storm potential card. You cast a spell, copy it for each spell cast before it. Okay, so a storm card they don't like wombo off each other, which makes sense. So, like, playing Brain Freeze into a Tendrils will only be one card's worth. But important to find that out. Do Mind's Desire, maybe? Is it better than Chrome Mox? I don't love Chrome Mox. It is free mana, though. It's a spell that you can play. Mind's Desire requires you to get up to 6, which is pretty expensive. And you get to Storm and hope things work. I actually don't know about this fic. I think Chrome Mox might be better. Okay, Bring to Light did come back around. We're not going to take Gurmag Angler. Even if we don't end up playing Storm, I think Dig Through Time is probably our one big Delve card we really can afford to play. We might play Bring to Light, though. Tropical Island definitely makes that a little bit more likely as well. Okay, we got the Mana Flare. That's, I think, pretty important. Faithless Looting also came back, but anything else here we really like? Guess we could take Moat. Don't think Braids is going to be great in this deck. I guess sometimes you can maybe get it out super early. I guess there's no chance we're going to play Moat. Maybe you can play Braids in the Abyss and just make it so my opponent can't play the game. That sounds fun. It's probably pretty bad with us trying to storm out, though. Because Nature's Claim is the best of those cards. Mystic Stink. I have a soft spot for this card too, but Eureka, well, powerful. Don't think it's really what we need to do though. What do we want here? Is it Jitte, which doesn't do much. Rakdos Signet, I guess, is fine. Do Academy Ruins. I could also play, I guess, like Mystic Confluence. It's just a good value card. It's kind of expensive though. Thirst for Knowledge, I guess, is a fine draw card. And Windswept Heath doesn't find anything. Guess we just take the Signet. Feels kind of bad. But that's probably correct. And Show and Tell. Well, yeah, we did get a Yawgmoth's Bargain, though. Also Underground Sea, which we'd love to get. Yawgmoth's Bargain's pretty good, though. Draws you a lot. It's kind of expensive, but again, if you get there, it's pretty big deal. Would play Force Spike probably. Would play Prism. This might wheel, and Underground Sea definitely won't, but I think we need this card. Okay, I could play Is It Charm? We're maybe not going real aggressively towards red if we can avoid it. Oh, actually there's Rite of Flame. Ha. Again, I think we just need to take Rituals. Ponder's pretty good, but I wonder what the world odds are this wheels. There's also Glenalendra. Man, I like so many of these cards. It's hard too, because things like Glenalendra I'm just really soft for. I think it's just a really good card in general. But it does, like, every card you play like that just hurts the strategy, and this is a deck that really needs synergy. Maybe we'd rather have Ponder and hope to wield the Rite of Flame. Maybe that's aggressive. Poor Glenalendra. RIP. Charted Course. Not too bad. Don't think we're through the Breach deck. Anything else here that does remotely anything? Don't think so. Charted Course. Okay, Watery Grave I'm happy to pick up. I guess we have Empty the Warrens here too. That's another potential win condition though. Let's see, there are 8 cards left. I mean, our lands aren't terrible. We're mostly blue-black. We're maybe splashing for a couple of other cards. I guess red with the Warrens. Okay, Wheel of Fortune's here. We just take Magus of the Will. I don't think we're getting Yawgmoth's Will yet, or anymore. Wheel of Fortune is definitely better than Time Twister for us. I think we might just really need this effect, though. Even though it's gonna be like a bullseye for any removal my opponent has and the like. We might just need it. Probably play Spell Pierce. It's not terrible. I don't think there's anything else here for us, really. I mean, we could take Wasteland, but maybe Wasteland's better. This is a pretty nice like sideboard card, if nothing else. Well, I don't know if our mana's gonna allow it either. Maybe Spell Pierce was better. It's one of the fun things about Cube is like, I'm hardly ever super confident in the choices we choose. Okay, we'll take another Vampiric Tutor. I mean, it's Imperial Seal, pretty much exactly right. Yeah. And I guess if we get a bunch of them, then we can string them together as well. Windswept Heath still doesn't do much for us. I guess it's another potential green source, but it doesn't actually... I guess it makes blue with Tropic Island. I guess maybe that's not terrible. Do we want to play Bring to Light? I don't know if we need to. On the other hand, what else is here? You gonna play Academy Ruins? I don't think so. Alright. No one in the Eureka train. No one in the Show and Trail train. Breeding Pool over Force Spike. Does come down to whether we want to play this, I suppose. Maybe we'll do it for 2 a lot of the time. Instants and sorceries. I mean, it gets like a ritual. Kind of expensive, though. Maybe Force Spike's just better. Okay, Rite of Flame came back. Happy for that. Okay, well, I don't know if the deck is fantastic, but it is what it is. We're going to try and storm. And it's very, very possible that we just, like, don't win a match, I think. I guess then given we don't have any great combo with, right? Yeah, he gets to choose which cards go in our graveyard, so... I don't know, I guess maybe it's fine if we have, like, Magus of the Will. This card's just so much worse than Yawgmoth. I guess if we group creatures separately, it doesn't do tons for us. Do we like things for Trinket Mage? This goes and gets Mana Vault, Chrome Mox. Delian Click is just kind of a solid card in general. Don't think Dig Through Time looks absurd. I think we'd rather top off with like Yawgmoth's Bargain, Gush, and the like. Scroll Rack. Do you like Scroll Rack? This is just a hard card for me to grok. I'm not really sure if it's good or bad. It helps with sequencing. I don't know if it is great though. Probably only want to play Spell Pierce or Force Spike, not both. Might take that. I think we'll play both of our tutors. Obviously play the few rituals that we got. Whenever you play a fewer number of lands, a lot of the time here too. Land's Eye Diamond, I wonder, probably isn't fantastic. You discard your hand and you sacrifice Land's Eye Diamond as part of the cost. So you gotta do something like with it on the stack if we're searching. See, like Vampiric Tutor. I guess actually Imperial Seal won't work, but if we like tutor for something, Lion's Eye Diamond, play that next thing, does give us some mana. I don't know if that's all that good though. Alright, I think I'm gonna cut Lion's Eye Diamond. Maybe that's crazy. You wanna play 25? Don't think we're playing Bring to Light. I just don't think it's that good and it's pretty expensive. I like having Empty the Warrens because it potentially lets us storm off a little bit smaller and maybe get some good hits on our opponent. I think the Storm deck's pretty bad though. The more I look at it, I'm like, we just don't have enough card draw, I don't have enough rituals. We've got some kind of clunky like Signets and Mana Vault and the like, but I'm not sure we're going to be all that fast. We tried something beautiful, but I'm not sure I'm feeling it here. We're going to play all of these, certainly. Bloodstained Mire is nice because it can get any of our colors. Steam Vents is there. Tropical Island doesn't do anything. We're going to play those 3. We cut one more card. We might need to just to make the mana work. Rules Signet taps for red, Rakdos is for red, and Simic taps for blue. I guess Rakdos is also for black, which is kind of nice. Maybe we cut Trinket Mage. I mean, it goes and gets like Mana Vault, but not even that fantastic. And the downside, if we draw that, is kind of rough. Like, I'm not sure it's worth it for a Chrome Mox a lot of the time. We don't have the mana to just throw around that it's like free storm a lot of the time. I guess it kind of is free storm. It costs us 1 for 2 spells if we play the Mana Vault, assuming we have enough. We have 4 mana initially. I still think it's probably low enough upside. I think we actually kind of need to hit our land drops here, because I'm not sure how often we're going to have the rituals to truly go off. I kind of regret not taking Wheel of Fortune. I can't remember what I took over it. Yeah, I don't remember. Oh, I think it was Magus of the Will, actually. Yeah. That's maybe correct. Hard to tell. Okay, well, we came together in Storm. I'm going to figure out my lands here real fast. Okay, after looking through our mana, I think we decided on adding in 6 swamps, 2 mountains, and 6 islands, which brings us to 9 blue sources, 8 black sources, and 4 red sources. And that's not even counting our signets, so I actually think our mana is not as bad as it's been in some of our previous attempts in the cube. Yeah, let's run it out. We'll pray. See you guys for match 1.